Hello, beautiful friend, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome in. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Today, we're going to be doing shadow work readings on the full moon that's going to be happening on Saturday, the 12th of April. This is going to be a reading for anyone with sun, moon, rising, any inner planet in a mutable sign. Mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and Sagittarius. Please keep in mind that this is going to be a general reading. Everything I say is not going to resonate. Please take what does and shake off the rest. This full moon is going to be happening on the Aries Libra axis because it's a full moon in Libra. And that's about me versus them, or me versus you in a relationship. It's about independence versus the need for others, balancing the harmony in your life. It's about how you show up for yourself and how you show up for others. There's a lot of imbalances that are in your life, and a lot of these imbalances are because you're not speaking up for yourself, and later on it turns into resentment. So you're pretty much setting yourself up to be in these situations that prove to be true. And then when you don't speak up, that you don't either want to be there, you don't want that to happen, and it does, it just creates more resentment. And the thing with mutable signs is you stay a lot in your head. So you take it out a lot on yourself instead of speaking up towards the person that actually did it. And during the full moon, because there's going to be a lot of impulsive energy, we're going to be having the moon square Mars, Mars opposite Pluto, and Neptune at 0 degrees Aries. This is going to bring that impulsive energy. And you're going to take it out on your thoughts and the negative feelings, which is mostly resentment, you hold towards yourself. This resentment and negative feelings also comes out as giving people chance after chance, and during the full moon there's going to be a shift within that, and a lot of things are going to come to light. You're going to have sort of an aha moment, but it's going to be more towards the other person and your boundaries of allowing that to happen. Because a lot of the times us not speaking up for ourselves puts us in situations, and then we don't take accountability for doing that, for not putting in those boundaries or enforcing those boundaries after they've been crossed or ignored. Most of the time when those boundaries are crossed or ignored, you don't speak up about it, and that anger stays with you, and it really affects your self-esteem and how you value yourself. So it's really just hurting you. Let's dive in deeper into this energy. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers, which is ruled by Gemini in tarot. So this is all mutable energy. This could look like as you not being fair to yourself and you not having boundaries, so people take advantage of you. And that's where this resentment comes from. And during the full moon, showing gratitude towards yourself and towards your body and towards little things that you have in life is really going to help you heal this resentment within you and the resentment that you've kept from other people. Because a lot of the times this resentment or this anger is only here because you're not valuing yourself or you're not speaking up. So if you start showing yourself more gratitude, more love, that's something that could diffuse this, and it could help you show up differently with your reactions, especially when you're angry or not knowing how to react and it comes out very impulsively. Because that's a lot of this energy, is not knowing how to react, or you're speaking and your mind didn't tell your mouth to say that. So really working on your gratitude is something that could help you create that eternal pause button. And that pause button is very important because it could help you when you talk to other people, but it could also help you with your thoughts. And it's impossible for you to control every single thought, but it could help you how you react to those thoughts that you are spiraling in or losing control of yourself in. Those negative thoughts that make you feel like you're not valued or you're not worth it. One of the exercises that's really good for helping you with what I just talked about is taking a deep breath in for 4 seconds. You hold it for 2 seconds and then you breathe out for 4 seconds and then you hold your breath for 2 seconds. You could change the seconds of how much you hold your breath and how much you breathe out with whatever you feel comfortable with. But that exercise is to remind you to stay here in the moment. If you need a visual exercise to go along with it, doing that breathing and making your eyes follow like a TV or a pattern is something that could really help. And you could do this when someone's talking to you, or you could do this when you're in a meeting or when your kids are in front of you. But that's something you could use a mental tool in the moment to help you change the direction of where your feelings are going. Next, we will be diving into each sign individually. I suggest that you listen to them all together as they're all connected. Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your reading. You get lost in your head a lot, and by being ruled by Mercury, that's not really a good thing, especially if you don't have exercises towards your anxiety and you don't have a healthy routine for morning or nighttime or for when you get mad. Routines are your best friend as a sign that's ruled by Mercury. During the full moon, it's going to bring a lot of mental energy towards you. And this mental energy is going to be revolving around those negative feelings and thoughts that you keep about yourself. You're not going to have a lot of patience for yourself or for those around you. So compassion is not something that you're going to be able to show for yourself or for others. Getting lost in your work or getting lost in spending money during the full moon is not a good idea, because you're denying to do the work that you know you've been needing to do on yourself. Especially because you pretend everything's okay and nothing is wrong with you, and it's hard to admit or to see when there is a problem or when you've done something wrong. So really coming out of your comfort zone is something that's going to be important during this full moon. And during this full moon, when we're going to be having Neptune at Aries in 0 degrees, that's a critical degree. So that's really going to heighten all of the impulsivity that we all feel. And with Virgo being ruled by Mercury, it's something that you really take out on yourself internally and with the closest people around you. Because there's a very explosive side to you. There's a very dark side to you that can really take you to some really dark places and keep you there. So finding a balance towards that, especially during this Libra full moon, is something that could really help you not go there. In astrology, Virgo is ruled by Persephone. She's able to go into the underworld and be in the world of the living. That's the same energy of Virgo, of where you're able to go to some very dark places, but also go to some very healing and loving places. And you need to be able to find a balance between those two worlds, especially if you have a Virgo moon, which is going to be heightened during this full moon. Please let me know how this reading resonated with you in the comments.